how to develop authenticity. Let's talk about it.
Authenticity comes from a strong understanding of yourself and who you want to become and having strong values. So when you have strong values and you're aligned in your personality and who you are and who you want to become, and you take the right actions towards that, then you're gonna feel pretty congruent with yourself. Like it's rare that a guy has set up some goals and has set up an identity and he follows through on that and he doesn't feel congruent or authentic. Usually guys who lack congruence or authenticity is because they're not very clear about their identity in the first place and they haven't really reflected on that. That's why in week 1 and 2 we go super deep on that with the know thyself mission, with the assessing your values sheet, with the higher self prophecy. So if you haven't done those, I highly recommend completing those first thing you do. Actually, it's one of the best times to do those because right now it's a new year, new me, new identity. You just write down basically your just write it down again. I think even if you've done that exercise in the past, it's great to come back to it as well to realign yourself. But at a high level, being authentic means like you know who you are, you know who's the right type of people to hang out with, who's the right type of women to that you could that are the right fit for your life, and you're not putting on a facade. You're being very clear and upfront about what you're looking for, and you're trying to find win-win situations that could benefit each party. But if it doesn't, if the girl is not aligned with you, or you're not aligned with the girl, or you don't, it's not a fit, then you just let it go, and you're congruent about that. And from the get-go, you're very just clear about setting boundaries and setting the right frame from the start. And that's going to come at the expense of you having more dates, maybe because maybe you're going to have less dates, less women you truly get along with, but these women that you're going to date are going to be very niche and they're going to be like very targeted for you. Because when it comes to dating, it's a bit like marketing. You could go broad and try to appeal to a very broad market through what you say and through how you behave and all of that, or you can really try to appeal to a subset of women that's like your target market. Maybe you're a business owner and you want to appeal to women who are business owners too, let's say. Well, you're going to have to really appeal to them a different way than if you try to appeal to everyone. So it really depends if you want to go broad or if you want to go narrow. But ultimately, it all comes down to refining your identity and your frame. That authenticity is just when your thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment. That's what authenticity is at a high level. When your thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment, and you just filter the right people, you alienate the wrong people, and you delight the right people. And that's what effective communication is. Effective communication is just alienating the wrong people, delighting the right people, and that's it. Also, one of the biggest ways I see guys being incongruent, for example, is by being indirect in their approach. So, for example, a guy would see a beautiful woman at a bar, and instead of opening her directly in a way that's seductive or in a way that shows that, okay, yeah, I'm not here to just be friends or talk about whatever, in a way that's like meant to women, he's gonna approach the girl and just ask her, "Oh, hey, hi, do you know where the bar closes?" or stuff like that. And then the woman knows that, okay, this guy's incongruent because obviously he came to talk to me not because he wanted to know when the bar closes, but because he found me attractive. Probably you have to be congruent in your thoughts and actions. If you find a girl pretty and you want to talk to her, then don't start approaching her with like, "Oh, hey, do you know where the Starbucks is, or do you know where the toilets are?" That's the epitome of being incongruent, because you're just trying to be indirect just to be indirect. And that's one of the biggest mistakes guys do, is they beat around the bush. Usually a woman is going to look for congruence in your thoughts, words, and actions. And most guys, a lot of times, they appear incongruent in some way because let's say they want to approach a beautiful woman in the street and their thoughts are, okay, she's hot, I want to approach her. But then when they do approach her, they say something inauthentic. They say, "Oh, hey, hi, do you know what time it is?" And it's inauthentic because they didn't want to approach her for the time. They just wanted to approach her because they wanted to approach her because she's cute, pretty, whatever. But they're beating around the bush and they're being inauthentic. So their thoughts, words, and actions are inauthentic in that sense, and women can pick up on that, and then obviously they're going to reject you. If your intention was to approach that girl because you found her pretty or whatever, well, when you approach her, let her know that, and let her know from the start. Be direct in your intentions, and that's what women respect. They respect guys who have the balls to just say whatever they want, go up, and have the balls to clearly state what they're here for.
All right, now let's talk about how to lead the conversation. Let's go.
Be at the cause and let her be at the effect of you. So basically, in every interaction, there's always going to be one person that's reacting more to the other person than the other person is reacting to them. In every interaction, it could be a sales call, it could be a negotiation, it could be in business, it could be with women. It's always the same thing. You're either at the cause or you're at the effect. And with women, you always want to be at the cause, and they're the one reacting to you. You always want to be the one at the source or at the cause of emotionality, and them trying to qualify, them trying to react to you, them trying to, and instead of, for example, a lot of girls will control the frame of an interaction by them taking the lead of the conversation, them asking you questions. When they're asking you questions, that's a good sign. But if you're letting them ask you too many questions to the point where you're just at the effect the whole time, that's when you lose the frame. You got to flip it back on them. You got to be the one screening her instead of her trying to screen you, and you're just at her effect and just answering. And that's one thing hot girls will do as well to you if they're smart. A lot of hot girls, when they're smart and they're on a date with you, they're going to try to do that. They're going to try to ask you more questions and listen more than they speak. But ideally, you want to be the one doing that. You want to be the one listening more than you talk, and them being screened by you and reacting to you more. And yeah, that's one of the main things. Like one of the most powerful, I would say, seduction principles in your conversations is that you need to understand too. I mean, some of you know that already in some way, but this is a huge, huge principle.
All right, now let's cover why you should always be closing.
My motto when it comes to that is, even if the interaction was half okay, or even if I didn't get to a point where the interaction was super on and seductive, I'm still going to close anyway. I'm still going to treat it as, oh, I'm just networking, I'm just planting seeds. So let's exchange Instagram, let's connect, even if it was half okay. Even if sometimes there's no interest from the girl at all, but we just spoke real quick, I'm still going to get that number. I'm still going to get that Instagram. Because why not? So it's just that. Thanks for sharing, Trevor. And next time, just be aware of the fact that if you guys are gonna leave to go somewhere, like I would do this with girls even in the same venue. Like last week, I went to an event for New Year's, and there was a girl that I spoke to for like 5-10 minutes, and then she told me she had to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm not gonna let her leave to go to the bathroom unless I took her Instagram first, in case we just don't find each other anymore. I'm always taking her contact. Any point of friction where the lead could just drop, I would always get her contact. And even if the interaction wasn't that crazy, even if it was just a couple seconds. So it's just, yeah, always be closing. Do you see beautiful women passing by every day, but you're scared to approach them? Well, stay on this video for the next 60 seconds and I'll show you exactly how to solve that. Nowadays, the dating market is more competitive than ever. And if you just rely on luck, you'll be outpaced by all the guys who are actually having a system. A system allows you to get to your goals without having to second guess yourself or just trying to rely on outdated methods. With my method, you'll be able to get dates on autopilot without having to rely on luck. So if you're tired of constantly swiping on dating apps, second guessing yourself all the time, and having women flaking on you and rejecting you, then this is for you. My name is Limo Oueslati, and for the past 7 years, I've been traveling the world, dating some of the most beautiful women while helping hundreds of men to completely transform their dating life. This is also my client, Dan. After 6 weeks of working with me, he finally got an amazing girlfriend who truly loves him and supports him. Before that, he was having dry spell after dry spell, trying to attract women on dating apps without getting anything out of it. He was trying to get the perfect pictures, the perfect bio, etc., but nothing truly worked until I showed him this unique method. So if you're ready to finally take your dating life to the next level, I've actually created a unique free training where I show exactly how the method works and how you can start implementing it within the next few weeks. Then click the button below and it'll take you to a free training that will show you exactly how to get there.